Hi traders, and welcome to the recap show for Friday session, the 26th of November. In the report we said that we'd seen a sharp sell-off overnight, which was on the back of concerns about a new COVID variant. So the reaction around 71.42 to 52 would be an important to set the tone for the session of the FTSE. And then if we held below, we'd be looking at higher time frame support areas around the 69.90 to 7,000 zone. So we also mentioned that volatility can bring some great opportunities, but we also need to make sure that we choose the right setups and have solid risk management, and that is going to be the case going forward at the moment as well, because I would expect the volatility to continue. It's important when we see this sort of action that we don't get married into a position and get too hooked on a bias in the market. We can, when there's sort of sharp sell-offs like this, we can see quick bounces, but obviously the market at the moment is now going to be overall bearish until we can regain some key levels. So we'll need to be careful. The market's going to be extended. We also had Thanksgiving at the back end of last week, so this move was likely on the back of some thin volume, which is another thing just to be wary of as well. So we'll keep the bearish tone, but we're going to make sure that we're trading from the right areas, keep our risk management on point, and keep ourselves safe, because if we can do that, like I say, we'll also afford a lot more opportunities going forward. But with that all being said, let's go and take a look at the FTSE from Friday and how it reacted to that 71.42 to 52 zone. So as you can see on the FTSE, we actually broke through that 71.42 to 52 zone in the pre-market session, in the future session, and then we held it again on the retest here before selling off. So that did suggest that the FTSE was going to be fairly weak. We said that we wouldn't be looking for longs until we got down to this 69.90 to 7,000 higher time frame support. So overall bearish. We should be concentrating on the sell side. There wasn't too many opportunities to sell really on Friday. We obviously had this sell off here. Just trying to see. There's nothing here. Maybe this area here was a short, but it's not really the best setup because it's above the zone. And then yeah, we sold off into the afternoon session when the US opened as well. So we did reject that 71.42 to 52 area, and it meant that we was going to keep the bearish tone, but nothing really of great high probability or great probability to take advantage of. So we have seen some further selling into the US session on Friday afternoon, and we have currently held this 69.90 to 7,000 area late in the session on Friday. So that could be quite key in the in Monday's session. We'll have a look at how the market opens up, and we'll do the commentary on the report Monday morning as well for the FTSE. So let's go and take a look at the DAX. Okay, so for the DAX, we said that we could potentially see some retracement first thing, with 735 to 55 being resistance. But if we held below 615 to 635 and continued the move down impulsively, we did have higher time frame support at 405 to 430, and then the 290 to 310 area. Although personally, in that scenario, I would be concerned that something more sinister in the markets was going on, and would be very selective of the setups. And what I mean by that is, when you're going to higher time frame support, you really want to be seeing a textbook setup on the higher time frames to be able to get involved, just to make sure that you're keeping safe against the order flow in the market. So let's go and have a look at the action on the DAX. So as you can see on the DAX, we just rejected that 615 to 630 zone straight away in the pre-market session as well, and then we had this impulsive push through that 400 zone as well on the open, which basically made that zone redundant for us to be able to take some trading opportunities from, because we've got such an impulsive move down, and the snap back was not impulsive and did not close on its highs back above this zone. So there was no opportunity to buy there. We did hold the 300 level on the first test. As I say, we normally, when we see this sort of action, we want to be going to the higher time frames. So let's go and have a look at the hourly as well. So we saw this hourly, we saw a nice pin bar off that 300 area. To me, this isn't a textbook setup. We haven't taken out any swing lows. This is a really impulsive move. This candle is far too big as well. It's a 200 point bar, so you would have needed a target of a minimum target of sort of 220 points, which was not realistic in this environment. So there was no textbook setup, therefore we didn't really have an opportunity to buy from this 300 area, even though the 300 area did work well. So let's go and have a look and see if there was any shorting opportunities as we were overall bearish. We also, remember, we have to be careful when we are this far extended on the higher time frames as well, because we can always revert to the mean. As it is at the moment, we have sold off further. We've broken through that 300. We've got strong support around the 15,000 zone. So we'll have to see again where we go with that on Monday. But just to reiterate, we need to trade what the market is telling us. Do not get married into a bias or a position. Let's make sure that we keep ourselves safe, and the opportunities will be there to make some really good returns and some really good trades. But we just need to be very selective and careful. So let's go back and look at the smaller time frames. So we had held that 300 and we've broken back above the 400 area. So in a way that was suggesting that potentially we could have pushed on higher. So it was a little bit difficult to look for trading opportunities again on Friday. So we'd had this reaction at 300. There is a continuation trade here, but the bar for me was too big, and we were reacting from this strong zone of support at 300. So potentially that was quite a dangerous setup to take, because the target would have had to have been back below that 300. We then retook 400 and stayed above it. So this was suggesting that potentially we could have seen a bigger retracement. So again, not really looking for shorts above 400. We did get the rejection, an impulsive move back through 400 in the afternoon in the US session. But there wasn't really, again, any real opportunity, high probability opportunity to sell below that level. So, as I say, the levels, and there was communication in the price action to suggest what would mention in the reports was right, but no real great opportunities to take advantage of, unfortunately. But we'll be patient, we'll look, and I'm sure they will come over the next sort of week or two as volatility is picked up. Okay guys, so hope you've found that useful, and I will speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers.